here's a septic tank. It's not a septic tank. In fact, it's an aerator tank. These tanks usually range in size. This one's your typical 500 gallon. Now, when this thing gets into the ground, you're not going to see much more than a couple of lids, but this bad boy will be cranking it out for a while.
According to that, I gotta wait until 6 months is up.
So, really what we do here is we're really just inspecting what the tank looks like. Making sure that it's even on all corners, making sure there's no holes in it. You can see the inlet here on this side, the equal hole on the outside. Everything looks good from our angle. We looked around the tank already prior to this. And now we're gonna just watch them put it in the hole, make sure it's level. Next part of our inspection, and that is making sure we're using the right pipe. Schedule 40 pipe is what we use. That is required by law. These pipes here aren't exactly facing up, but you can see on this one right over here, this does say Schedule 40, and it is the size of 891. So this is a perfectly legal pipe to use. We do make sure that they glue them in all the joints. And another requirement that the Illinois State Code has is to make sure we do have cleanouts within 5 feet of the house, leading 50 feet, or if it's a two-way cleanout to 100 feet. This one we only need that one for, because we're looking about 40 feet from the tank. Another thing we do make sure of is that they fill the tank full of water. Right now they're not doing that because they're not done with construction, but there is a water tank on the other side of this house, so they do have the proper equipment to do that. And right now we're watching them dig the discharge line, and that will surface somewhere over there.
This is your drill for hot stacking?
Looking at is checking to where the sample port is, or an inline chlorinator. In this exact case, the chlorinator is inside this tank, and this is your sample port. In the chance that something were to go wrong, this would be where you would be pulling clean water out of after it comes out of your septic tank in an ideal situation. So as we follow down this pipe here, we did watch them and made sure that everything's sealed and glued. While we measure this distance, we do want to make sure that everything's good down here too. So he does have a surface discharge, and since this house not yet completed, we can't complete this inspection. And in that exact light, we have to make sure that they do cover up this end of this pipe. You don't want any critters going in there, cats, mice, squirrels, you name it. But you know, generally this is a finished system. This is really all it takes, but ensuring that we do it correctly is the most important part.